Welcome back to Good Day State Line. Our Oregon takeover continues. We are at the Oregon Train Depot with Dom. Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me.
I hear you're a bike enthusiast.
I am.
And so you just hang out here at the train station waiting for people to ride bikes?
Usually I would have to wait longer than others. But,
okay.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about all the cool things. The bike, well, it's over there. Tell me about that thing over there.
Over there,
Yeah.
so this is like, I would say a start and end point for our community trail.
Okay.
And that thing over there is like a bike repair station, and there's a few kind of scattered throughout town, and really it's to help promote awareness for bicycles, but also for people who might need a quick fix of their bike too.
I've never seen one of those in my whole life.
Yeah, I think we have 4 in town,
And there's
scattered around, so.
6 or 7 different things on there?
Yeah, something like that.
I see a wrench, I know what that is.
Uh-huh.
And I
might
don't
be-
know what anything else is.
Yeah, there might be a couple different kinds of wrenches and tools like that, and there's a pump over there.
Okay.
And the metal stand itself can turn into a bike stand and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's cool.
So if your bike breaks, hopefully you're over here.
Yep.
And then you can fix it. So tell me about this trail.
So this trail is part of like a 5-mile trail that goes around the perimeter of town and incorporates some of the parks. The cool thing is that it adds part of the train depot, which was like a 1913 sort of landmark here. And people used to take the train in from Chicago and ride their bikes here and then hop back on and go back to the city. And in some ways that kind of thing still happens, less train, but more cars. We see a lot of people from the suburbs out here utilizing the roads that we have around this area.
Drive their bike.
Drive their bike here, then get back in their car and go back to their suburban or
Okay, I'm
city
gonna ask you a
neighborhood.
really stupid question.
Sure.
The trains still run on these tracks?
They do.
Okay.
No passenger trains. but,
Okay,
yeah,
just checking. I gotta
at
ask.
least not now.
Well, one of my nephews loves trains. He's 5, so he will ask me when he sees this. So I gotta
Very
know.
cool.
No passengers, Madden.
Yeah.
So thank you. Okay, so tell me what your favorite part is about like riding bikes in Oregon.
Well, I think it's that you can just pop right outside of town and there's a lot of gravel roads and hills, but not the more extreme hills that you might find like in the northwest corner of Illinois. So I often refer to this area as like the gateway
Train.
to the driftless region, and it's really accessible to people who live in the suburbs. And so a lot of groups will come out here and ride hills and gravel roads that aren't really as accessible, or there's no shortage of public land. There's something like 11,000 acres of public land that surrounds Oregon. And like before I moved here, I was always amazed at looking at a map and you can just see this big green kind of dot and identify Oregon based on that. And so yeah, the hiking trails are great, good campgrounds around, and you can get on a kayak or canoe beneath the dam and float. If you got out every once in a while, you can go all the way to the Mississippi River. So it's a cool spot, and lots of wildlife and exposed sandstone and that sort of thing.
There's a lot to explore.
Yeah.
I had to go in a kayak a couple of years ago when we visited Oregon. I survived.
Yeah, good.
A lot of other people had a great time. And now
Not everybody
I'm gonna have
does,
to
so
get on
that's
a
good.
bike. So this is when the embarrassing part comes in, because I don't think I've ridden a bike in 20 years.
Okay.
So I got to get this out of my hand. Definitely need my hands free. Okay, you need helmets. Now let me tell you, that
For
has
safety.
changed in the last 25 years. I know this part. I don't really know how to ride a bike.
Where are we going?
Are you sure this is going to be not too tall for me?
I don't think it will be, but we could adjust the seat a little if you need to.
I'm going to break my leg.
Give yourself a little push off first,
All right.
so you got a little.
Okay, guys. Just follow me wherever I go. I am so going to fall off this bike.
No, you're doing great.
It feels a lot like lighter than I expected.
More embarrassing than your kayak trip?
I don't know.
On par?
Actually, this is probably more embarrassing because I don't think everyone knows how to kayak. I'm done.
Are you okay?
I'm totally fine. Okay, so I fell off the bike. I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, you did fine.
I did like medium minus is how well I did. But Dom did walk my bike back. So, if you fall off a bike, maybe if you like scream loud enough, he'll come and walk your bike back. And if it's broken, come get it fixed. Thank you for having us today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We'll be right back with more Good Day State Line.